The one became many. Although many, we're still one. One soul. With LATEEF Warnick for personal, cultural, entrepreneurial, and spiritual transformation. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. You know, as a transformation coach, one of my goals is always to try to help people holistically in body, mind, and spirit. So with that said, today I want to kind of talk a little bit about nurturing the spirit. And for me, the best way to nurture spirit is through yoga. Now, a lot of people say, LATEEF, what is yoga? Well, I'm glad you asked. Yoga in its truest and purest form is an ancient thing that has been around for thousands of years. It is not what most people in the Western world today practice, which is, strictly poses and postures for improving the health of the body, strength, being more limber. Yoga is a word that comes from the Sanskrit language. Sanskrit is one of the oldest languages on the planet. The word yoga essentially means union. It is the union of soul and spirit. Now that's kind of an oversimplification. In truth, soul and spirit can never be separated. Spirit, as most religions agree, is omnipresent, meaning it is everywhere present, including within you, within me. Therefore, the soul can never be separate from spirit. In fact, nothing is separated from spirit and has no existence without spirit. So what yoga truly is the union of man's consciousness or awareness of spirit. Therein lies the separation. Due to ego or Maya, man's awareness and consciousness of God's presence has been severed from the vast majority of us. So yoga is the means of reunion of this consciousness and awareness. Yoga is also the state of this union. Now, yoga really, again, been around thousands of years. It is a spiritual thing. So you really can't practice yoga without the spirituality aspect of it. For that is the purpose of yoga, is to nurture this relationship of ego, consciousness, awareness with spirit, omnipresence, omni-awareness. So most yogis adhere to the idea of there being 8 limbs of yoga as proposed by the ancient sage Patanjali. Very quickly, I'm just going to touch upon them. In future videos, I will get more deeply into the different 8 limbs. But in short, the 8 limbs are the Yamas, the Niyamas, which are basically a moral code of ethics, of behavior, how to conduct oneself. Very similar to how the Christians practice the 10 Commandments. After the Yamas and Niyamas, we have Asanas. Asanas are the poses or the postures that most of us see, which many people treat sort of as a form of exercise or aerobics. But the purpose of the Asanas really is to strengthen one's body and provide it with the opportunity to sit in a lotus posture or in meditation for extended periods of time without becoming too restless or too fatigued. After the Yamas, Niyamas, Asanas, you have Pranayama. Pranayama is essentially life force control. Life force, which we refer to as prana in yoga, other cultures may call it chi or ki. It is the idea that all of creation, all of matter is pervaded with a living energy, a life force. Through pranayama, we learn to control this life force, which is pretty much directly correlated with the breath. So by learning to control the breath, you will indirectly or directly learn to control prana. After pranayama, you have pratyahara. Pratyahara is withdrawal of energy from the senses. So normally in day-to-day activities, we expend a lot of energy or prana through the acts of vision or sight, through hearing, through feeling, touching, smelling. Normally we exert a lot of energy in day-to-day activities. Pratyahara is learning to be able to withdraw that energy, which normally goes out through the external senses, back into the spinal cord, into the brain, which leads one to Dharana, which is concentration. Concentration is being able to focus one's attention on a single point. After Dharana, you have Dhyana, which is meditation. So it is somewhat of a misnomer for someone to say, I am meditating, or I want to learn how to meditate. Meditation truly is not a verb. It is a state of being. It's more of an adjective. When one practices the other 6 limbs properly, it would naturally and gradually lead one to a state of meditation or dhyana. After dhyana comes samadhi. Samadhi is the highest state and the 8th limb of yoga, which is known as spiritual bliss or spiritual ecstasy. When one is able to go deeper into concentration and learn to utilize the energy to direct the energy back to the sensitive parts of the brain, one will in time attain the state of samadhi, which is again this state of spiritual bliss or ecstasy. It is the reunion of one's consciousness, awareness of soul with spirit. So that's it in a nutshell. This is the basis of yoga, what the intentions of yoga are for one to attain this state of spiritual unity. And like I said, stay tuned. We'll come out with a lot more videos going a little deeper into depth for all those who are interested in learning a little bit more about yoga and how to practice it. Thanks for chiming in. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Blessings.